You get up to a month of paid vacation, and we send all of our guys to service trainings all over the country so they can keep getting better at their jobs. If you want to hear more, give us a call at 317-641-HOPE.
93.5 and 107.5, The Fan.
WIBC HD2, W298BB, WIBC HD3, W228CX, Indianapolis.
It's 10 a.m. We let you sleep in a little later this week. It's the Way Too Early pregame show with your host, Jimmy Cook.
Good morning, Indianapolis, and welcome to the Way Too Early pregame show. Or as we've jokingly referred to it whenever we have these post-game situations, the Way Too Late post-game show. A show with a branding identity. Merry Christmas to you. Happy Boxing Day. For those that celebrate that, it's mostly a UK holiday. I've just been waiting for 2 weeks to say that because I usually forget about Boxing Day until I see it on my Alexa app or on Twitter. And then I'm like, oh yeah, that was today. Particularly if you're a soccer fan. A lot of Premier League mornings going on across the pond. But for you locally and stateside, you already had your celebration on the pitch, or on the gridiron, I should say, as the Indianapolis Colts victorious last night, 22-16. How about them Colts, Eddie? How about them?
That's right. That's why I texted you right after the game. How about them Colts?
Big time victory for the Indianapolis Colts. We have a lot that I want to get into today, particularly how well Indianapolis played despite the numerous absences they had due to the COVID-19 protocols. I'm going to dive into Carson Wentz, how he looked yesterday, and just where I feel like this team can go. Additionally, sporadically throughout the show, we'll be taking some phone calls. We extend the post-game show a bit. Usually we're 6 to 8 a.m. I don't usually go to the phone lines, but today, since it's 10 to noon, and because it's the holiday season, why not give the gift of opinions by having some fine Colts fans join the program? That's 317-239-1070. Eddie will get you squared away and ready to roll. But first things first, I have to give credit where credit is due, and that is with Carson Wentz, first and foremost, because I, like a number of people on Twitter, and it is a roller coaster experience with him, as we've known throughout the whole year, but I was ready to say, probably never pass the ball again when he panicked on fourth down, I believe it was, in the middle, late stages, third quarter. I don't think it was the fourth quarter just yet. Eddie probably knows for a certain fact, but I think he was aiming for Pittman on the right side, and he panicked and had the ball like pretty much at the feet or at the ground of Pittman, like no chance of the ball for Michael Pittman Jr. And I was like, all right, that's it. I don't need to see any more throws tonight from Carson Wentz. That's fine. And then as that game progresses, instead of being worried about where Wentz's future was headed, or maybe worried about if he can handle things big picture long term, Carson Wentz finds Pittman in the backside of the end zone on a great throw. A great throw and a great find. A great route from Pittman and a great throw by Carson Wentz. I thought it was picked when he threw it. I'm watching broadcast, right? L22 is not out yet. So I thought, oh no, here we go again. This is going to be a throw in double coverage, probably intercepted, going to change the tide of this ball game. And it wasn't. And I was wrong. And incredible arm strength shown off by Wentz there. Big time play. Nice catch from Pittman to stay in bounds. And Colts hang on. Colts close it out. Defense stepped up in a big way despite all the absences that they had. I was really worried when the Jim Irsay tweet about roster juggling came out. I think I quote tweeted and said there were audible gasps from Christmas parties all across the state. And there probably were to an extent, though on Twitter, as I was reminded a number of times by some Colts fans, some of you did not give up hope, which is phenomenal. That's what you're supposed to do as a fan. Regrettably, I just cover the team. I don't bleed blue. I want the Colts to do well. It's great for the city. It's great for our listeners, great for the station, but my day-to-day life is not impacted the way a Colts fan would be, hence the Chiefs hat. There you go. But I still wanted them to win. I took them off my plays of the day yesterday because, quite frankly, I think most people that weren't fully in the bleeding blue category, I think Eddie Garrison might be in this category as well. He might change face now that we're on the air, but I wasn't saying back the Cardinals, but that wasn't a bet I was rushing to the window to make. Despite the fact the Cardinals have had the easiest schedule, I am really impressed with the Colts' resolve in primetime last night on the road. And Jonathan Taylor, he was fine, right? Like, by his standards, it was fine. It was a great game, right? Over 100 yards. He didn't dominate the game in the same way that let me rephrase that. He didn't dominate the game as well as you would on a normal week where the whole line is healthy and people aren't dropping like flies left and right. It went about as well as I expected. A little bit better given the circumstances. I'm not sure a ton of tailbacks, when they have offensive linemen dropping like flies, could have had a day over 100 yards like Jonathan Taylor did. But fair or not fair, I think that, I told you this a number of times, running backs have to pretty much have perfect campaigns to win the MVP. And it's not fair to Jonathan Taylor, but unless he goes off the next 2 weeks, I think the conversation is going to shift back to Rodgers and Brady nationally. There's been a ton of pub nationally for JT. A lot of love on NFL Network. A lot of love on ESPN, and rightfully so. And if I was a voter, I probably would vote for him, because if you take him away from this offense, they're not in the same boat they're in right now. There is not. And that dives into a whole conversation about, Wentz, is he the future? Is not the future? I mean, I don't know. If Wentz plays like that, like he did last night, if Wentz is putting up those type of numbers, where he's 18 of 28, 225 yards and 2 touchdowns, and you're getting 100-yard days from Jonathan Taylor, yes, this is a very dangerous team. That I will back up. This defense is not an all-time defense, but it's a damn good one. And there are times in the playoffs where just situationally, prepare for the worst, hope for the best, right? Situationally, there are instances where good teams have something falter. Maybe the running game dies down. Maybe the defense is giving up big plays. Maybe the quarterback's struggling. For the great teams, the real Super Bowl contenders, one of or two of the three can carry the others when things go south. And a big question mark going into that game and going into the rest of the season was, can Carson Wentz do that? By the way, I mentioned this last night when I pubbed the show on Twitter at @TheJCook, that it's not all going to be candy canes and gumdrops today, because our show is not affiliated by the Colts, right? We're an independent show. The station is, but this show is not Colts sponsored. So I'm not saying I'm not going to be, woohoo, go Colts all day. Like I will be, because it's a massive win, and it wasn't a win you necessarily needed, but a great confidence win for them, particularly everything that happened on the COVID list, and a great confidence win for Wentz. But fair or unfair, and this is the part I'm talking about where it's not all going to be sunshine today. Fair or unfair, Carson Wentz is going to have to do that again. I'm not saying he's going to have to throw it 28 times or throw 2 touchdowns, but he's going to have to be stable and solid like that. That is the only way this team is legitimately dangerous and can make a run. Because you're not going to play, unless, and maybe I'm wrong, right? Maybe it's the anomaly, but I'm going off historical data trends, and I'm going off the way the league operates and works. Unless Jonathan Taylor reaches another Super Saiyan level, unless he really is, as Eddie pointed out to me in an article that he saw today, unless he really is the next LT, unless that's happening, which, who knows, he could be. Hell of a running back. JT's the best thing around here right now. There's no arguments about that. I love JT. But unless he turns into that, Wentz is going to have to do his part of the bargain. Going to have to bring his share to the table. And he did that last night. And he did it in a way where, even though there are moments where you scratch your head like, man, what kind of throw is that? What is he doing? I tweeted the same thing. I compared myself to an NFL quarterback last night by throwing on a blow-up target thing that one of my nephews got for Christmas.
That just sounds wrong.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's what you can do. So, he's an elite quarterback. When we give quarterbacks smack all the time, right? He's an elite quarterback in the sense that a lot of NFL quarterbacks are top tier across the world. When you look at being able to play quarterback in the NFL, that's why I was thinking about starting Tyler Huntley today. He's on the COVID list now, but that's why, because there are good backups out there. These are the best of the best. Shout out to Eddie there. He knows what I'm talking about. The best of the best of the best, sir. in the NFL. And the Colts have what they hope they have is a competent, two on his best days, elite quarterback. And while last night isn't necessarily an elite performance from Carson Wentz, it was a confident and stable performance. And you are going to need that if you're going to be a legitimate threat on the road in January. Because this team they're not, unless the Titans just, they're not winning the division. So you're not hosting a playoff game in all likelihood, unless things totally go sideways. That's not going to happen. But that's okay. Teams have done it on the road before. It's not impossible. Do I believe this team is capable of going and beating almost anybody in the AFC? Yes. If you asked me, which I haven't looked at the YouTube comments chat, I'm sure they're giving me raving reviews with my Chiefs Santa hat. But if you asked me today if I think the Colts can beat the Chiefs, I mean, sure, they could beat them. Like, anything can happen in the NFL. The Colts aren't a bad football team. They're a solid football team. Do I think they will beat them? No. But outside of Kansas City, that's a very small list in the AFC. It is. Because the whole conference has just been up in shambles throughout the entire year. They've all had struggles. That's why there's a game to 2 games separating almost every seed in the conference. So yes, you can't. I'm not so close-minded that I'm willing to say, the Colts aren't a top team in the division or in the conference. Sure they are. They do it well in all 3 phases.
Oh, Jimmy, you're sounding like one of them.
I know I am, but it's the truth. And I think that Coach Venturi would say the same thing. Probably did say the same thing. Honestly, went back and looked at the tape. But they do.
There's another one.
And which one was that?
I have to go look at the tape.
Probably.
Frank Reich after every game when you ask him something. But I want to throw something out there, Jimmy.
Sure, go ahead.
I think this Colts team is better on the road than they are at home. And, it's not crazy to believe either. You look at the splits for Carson Wentz on the road and home. 60 less pass attempts, 300 less yards, a higher completion percentage, 0 interceptions, only 1 turnover, that being a strip sack fumble, 10 passing touchdowns. And then you look at Jonathan Taylor, it seems like he's more involved on the road games because they want to manage the clock, take the crowd out of the game. And that's like a perfect recipe if you're like a wild card team like they're most likely going to be.
Yeah, that's a great point. Do you think that Wentz is better on the road because he's not hearing audible groans every time he drops back to pass? Is that what it is?
I don't know. It seems like that since it could be that Frank Reich knows that he has the home crowd behind him, so he knows it'll be quiet on offense, so he's not going to worry about trying to pass the ball. Or he's going to try and pass it more at home, I should say, and not on the road. I don't know. But when you just look at the split, 60 more pass attempts at home compared to the road.
I mean, but
I don't know. That's not fluky to me. Usually it's like somewhat close.
What was the number on the pass attempts?
260 home, 200 on the road.
Well, so home fans, I mean, they love it, right? They're always hyped up when Wentz drops back to pass.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No!
That was a joke, not that joke, not Michael Scott, but that was a comment I made earlier in the week. Like people in the YouTube chat, again, this is not the day to like dog Wentz because he played outstanding yesterday. I'm just referencing something earlier in the week, and Eddie's mentioning, his stats at home and on the road in terms of pass attempts. But people are like, oh no, Wentz is top 10 in the league. Wentz is top. All right, okay, that's great. How could you say that and then groan every time the guy drops back to pass? Like, legitimately, there is an ounce of fear that enters the body of Colts fans every time Carson Wentz drops back to throw. Because you know how good Jonathan Taylor is, and you wish he was getting 50 carries a game, whatever. Now, I kid to an extent, but like that is a legitimate feeling that fans have. It's a Jekyll and Hyde feeling about Carson Wentz. No doubt about it. But the man deserves props for last night. I'm not going to criticize it. I'm not going to pick it apart to an extent that, because it's not fair to the Colts, because that's a good win. That's a good win on the road against a team that was healthy for the most part. But we talked about this last week, and you heard it on a number of shows across the fan. Cardinals played the easiest schedule for most of the season. And now they're finally starting to play good teams, and it's not there. Do I think Kyler Murray's a wash or isn't going to be good? No, I think he's just in a little bit of a slump. I really like Kyler Murray. I like his play style a lot. He's a lot of fun to watch. Did the Colts contain that for most of the night? Yes, they did. And also, you're a Matt Prater field goal or two away here from this being a whole different ballgame.
There are 5 plays that stick out to me.
Sure. You want to run through them? Was that the lead-in, or are you just saying there were 5 plays?
I can do it.
All right, go ahead.
So you obviously have the 2 missed field goals in the mixed extra point. That's 7 points. So there's 3 plays right there.
Forgot about the missed extra point. Shouts to Matt Prater, because my brother started him in our fantasy Final Four and lost a point for that. Anyway, continue.
Yeah, so there's 7 points. And then you have that safety. It's a 2020 game with those 3 made kicks and a clean snap to the quarterback. The 5th play is that Desmond Patman play. That kind of sealed the deal there at the end.
They were bleeped on that safety. Like that, like the Cardinals were. That was over. Like that was over from the snap. Like, although I will say
it was close to Chase Edmonds.
Yes, it was very close to him, and also I doubt he could have backpedaling. But like Murray has some quickness. If he would have committed to running, I think he maybe could have gotten to the half-yard line. Maybe I'm crazy.
Maybe,
but he's got enough speed where I don't think he needed to throw the ball. He had to when he did, but I think had he been more decisive about it, he could have been there. So, appreciate the YouTube chat. Merry Christmas, Happy Boxing Day to everybody. Matthew Stansberry, Sean Black, G. Cade, appreciate you all. Thanks for the compliments on the hat. I understand. It's what it is. But I'm gonna rep my team too. We're gonna talk a lot about the Colts, right? So, everybody do them. So it's a Chiefs Christmas hat for those listening on radio. You can tweet me on Twitter at @TheJCook if you want to know the backstory behind the Chiefs fandom. We're not going to waste time today doing that. Just Matt Castle is all I'll say. So that's all I will do there. And that should paint enough of a picture. But Eddie, I mean, you're right. Like, there are enough moments in that game where, yeah, it could have gone differently. And maybe you're like, oh, well, that's every game. Well, sure. But we're talking about this game. Talk about this game specifically. And it speaks to the resolve of the Colts in a lot of ways because, yeah, you needed some things to break your way, but also they answered the call in that second half. Like my worry and fear, if I had any, I mean, it was present at times, but for the most part, once the Colts regained the lead in the third quarter, at the very end of the third quarter, I was pretty confident they were going to hang on to it. I trusted the way the defense was stepping up, and I also trusted the inability for Arizona to move the ball. And a lot of credit goes to the defense for stepping up in a big way. And I guess, as the Colts did last night, Chris Ballard, probably worthy of a game ball, as they gave him, for the team he put together. But I'm curious to see how long the absences are across the board. The good news is for the Colts, and I'm gonna get in front of this right now, and this is not going to make fans happy with me, I guess. I mean, I don't really care, right? Like I'm not here to make fans happy. I'm here to share my thoughts on the game. But my opinion on this team right now is I think they can win a first-round playoff game, and after that, assuming that's a wild card, depending on the divisional draw, maybe they could make a crazy run to the AFC Championship game, maybe. I think it's probably a divisional out, but that's where I'm at with them. And I said this last week, they're not losing another game in the regular season. That's a funny comment. I'm not going to read it, but that's a funny comment. But they, my opinion of them, like, oh, Colts Super Bowl bound. That's not suddenly going to appear if they win 2 more games in a row. Which, Eddie, that would put their streak up to, where is it at right now? Do you have that in front of you? I do not have it in front of me right now. I put Eddie on the spot. That is my apologies. The Colts right now as it stands,
They've won 3 in a row and 6 of their last 7.
so 6 of their last 7, 3 straight, as Eddie says there.
And 8 of their last 10.
I'm not going to go on that one, but I'm not going to repeat that one again. That it's just an echo chamber. But thank you for that. So if they win the next, so that'd be 5 consecutive games if they close the season out that way. That's not going to change my mind with where it's at right now because they're playing the Raiders and the Jaguars, and they should dismantle both those teams. I've told you for weeks and weeks and weeks that the Raiders were going to fade back. Again, I didn't think it would happen the way it did. A lot happened with the Raiders over the last 3 months, 4 months, but I told you I didn't think they were for real, and they weren't. You don't lose that game. I don't care if the Raiders are 7-7. You don't lose to Las Vegas. You're a better team than that. You're a better team than them in almost every way. And the Jaguars, I mean, come on. I don't care they haven't won there in 7 years. You're not losing to the Jags. Have you watched them lately? Have you watched them at all this season? Not great, Bob. Not great.
Outside of that Buffalo game.
We need that not great, Bob, as a hotkey. I'll send you that clip. Yeah, outside of the Buffalo game. Yeah. So this is a team that, again, it's hard to quantify it in a proper way. So I'll just say this. This Colts team, I think, is capable of running with almost anybody in the AFC. And it's the NFL. I don't want to go full any given Sunday on you, but it's not like the Colts are, a middling team that is just barely squeaking into the playoffs. They're 3 games over 500. I know a couple teams still have to play today in that race, but they are. They're 3 games over 500. And the way they play and the stretch they've been on lead you to believe and lead you to think that they could make a deep run in the postseason. But it all, to me, is going to come back to Carson Wentz. It's not fair. We should be maybe we shouldn't be doing this. I'm over-exaggerating. Some fans want us to have a parade for Carson Wentz because how well he played last night. And that's great. He deserves praise. And if you're listening just now live, listen to the first half of the show, first half of this segment. I've done a lot of that to this point. I have. I rightfully praise Carson Wentz because he balled out, he stepped up in a big way, and he showed you that when the chips are down, he has the capability to make a big-time throw or make a big-time play. Not saying it's guaranteed, but he's shown you that it's still there. But it is a matter of consistency and it being continuous and being able to be relied on week after week. I know we'd love it if John Taylor could run the ball every play. That would be phenomenal. But you have to have some type of passing game to be able to keep the defense honest. Additionally, there's going to come a moment where, let's say it's 4th and 7 and the game's on the line, and I'm sorry, unless... Actually, that's an interesting poll question, and I might have Eddie put that up. If it's 4th and 7, game on the line, you're down, let's say you're down 6. 4th and 7, score doesn't even matter, but it's 4th and 7 to keep the drive alive. What do? Have Carson Wentz throw the ball or run it with JT?
I say anything longer than 5 years.
That would be my thought as well.
Throwing.
But I'm curious. I'm curious if Colts Nation would back that the same way. 4th and 6, let's say then, Eddie. Let's make it more palatable. 4th and 6.
3 feet make a difference.
Hey, well, 4th and 5 is the line. Why not make it an extra yard? 4th and 6, game on the line. What would you rather have? Maybe comment in the YouTube chat. I don't know if we'll get that poll up or not, but if we do, the great Eddie Garrison will have that done for you. My point is, though, that at some point, you're going to have to pass the ball, and they did that last night at a fair rate. And for the most part, Carson looked sharp. And particularly down the stretch, Carson rose to the occasion. But fair or unfair, he's going to have to do that again and again. And it's going to have to happen in the postseason when it matters most.
That's the frustrating thing about this Colts team, Jimmy, is that you look at their last 3 losses. At Baltimore, overtime loss on the road. Tennessee, loss in overtime. And then you have Tampa Bay, a loss. All by 1 possession in games in which you had the lead starting the game and you just couldn't finish.
And they did close last night. They did.
They did. And if they finish those games, you're looking at the team with the best record in all of football.
Yeah. Now, again, I don't Here's my thing. And Eddie, I know you're not doing this, but just there's fans out there that feel the same way.
Right.
I want to complain that my team a year ago lost the Super Bowl because their offensive line was in tatters and they basically had guys on the Y that were trying to defend Patrick Mahomes against an insanely talented front four and just defense in general for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Can't do that. Because that's the way the world works. Like,
Yeah,
right? Like,
yeah.
I get it.
The way I was trying to frame that is
you
is
did
like,
it right. You did it the right way.
Like, you look at the potential
Yes.
like of what this team
Correct.
could be.
Correct. You did it the right way. To say it in that regard is the right way to say it. To say it is just, oh man, yeah, we could be. Just to say, yeah, we could be the best team in football, but to clarify and quantify it the way you did is the right way to present that conversation.
Go me.
Good job, Eddie. Bully for you. But no, I mean, that it's a great point. And I want Carson Wentz to succeed, but I've always thought he's just been a guy that's, I don't want to say a bad luck, but the injuries hurt him, and he hasn't been the same guy since that 2017 campaign. But I believe he belongs in the NFL. I believe he does. I think he's good enough to be an NFL quarterback. The Colts believe that as well. Not only that, they believe he's their future. And that's a deep conversation for another day. But if you were fearful about being able to rely on him in small doses, not 50 passes a game, but like 28 to 30, he delivered yesterday. And it wasn't a perfect game by him, but he did it enough to show you that he still can do it, that he still can deliver when he's called upon. And that is what's going to be required if you're going to actually make a run at this thing, which, again, I don't think they will. Doesn't mean I'm right. But Carson's the one that has to go out there and prove it week after week after week. Big Colts win yesterday. Colts victorious, in the driver's seat, in their playoff hopes. Pretty much locked in at this point. 22-16, the final over the Arizona Cardinals.
Congratulations. Really, really proud.
Nice. Hold on. Well done. Chuck Pagano appearance. Didn't expect that on a Sunday morning. When we return, we'll get a little bit of look at comments from the Colts following that victory last night over the Cardinals. Your phone calls, if you want to share how you feel about this Colts team, 317-239-1070. Plus, myself and Eddie Garrison behind the ones and twos. We're giving you some bets for this Week 16 in the NFL. I'm Jimmy Cook. It's the Way Too Early pregame show. Back in a moment on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
If a fire starts in your home, you have just 2 minutes to escape. That's why it's important to have working smoke alarms. Develop an escape plan and practice monthly. Visit redcross.org to learn more.
Hey, it's JMV and my good friend Joe Childers and the 14 Central Indiana CarX locations helping maintain your road readiness. Right now, you can buy 2 tires and get 2 tires for free with the purchase of the premium installation package. You can receive an additional $70 on the purchase of Continental tires. It is CarX Tire and Auto, 14 locations in Central Indiana. And tell my friend Joe Childers I sent you for that location nearest you. It's CarX.com today.
Hi, this is
Lloyd,
Jessica,
Robert, and Adam
from Kirby Heating and Air Conditioning in Pittsboro. The Kirby family wishes you the merriest of Christmases and happiest of New Year's. Thanks for your business. We really appreciate it. If you live in Hendricks or surrounding counties and need us, we are always here to help. Kirby services any model, and we proudly install American Standard products. Call us at 317-892-3614.
Kirby is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Happy holidays from Kirby Heating and Air Conditioning.
This is Ryan Newman for Indiana Donor Network and Driven to Save Lives. I love my family, and I appreciate every moment we spend together. We've talked about some pretty tough stuff over the years, and one thing they know for sure is that I've signed up to be an organ donor. So the next time you're with your family, take a moment and let them know you love them, and be sure they know your decision to be an organ donor. You can learn more at DonateLifeIndiana.org.
Did you miss someone on your list this holiday season or have some holiday cash burning a hole in your pocket? Well, if you're a AAA member like me, I've got you covered. Give the gift of a AAA membership. It's a gift that keeps giving well past the holidays. Flat tire, dead battery, lock your keys in your car. 24/7 road assistance from AAA for the entire year. Check another thing off your list by giving the gift of AAA membership. Get yours today at your local AAA office. Call 844-GO AAA Go or visit AAA.com. You don't have to be stuck on the side of the road to get assistance from AAA. I'm a member of the AAA club, and now you can be a member of the AAA team. Are you or someone you know ready for a rewarding career helping people? The AAA Roadside Assistance Team is hiring right this moment, right now. No experience necessary. Head to AAA.com to apply today. AAA, heroes work here.
Hey, it's JMV for the absolute best. That's Lance and his local team at LD Smith Plumbing, 317-284-9526. I know from personal experience I had an emergency. No water, coldest morning of the year. On a Sunday morning, they're out and everything is great by noon. That's the folks you trust because it's not like you're going to get any notice regarding your plumbing going haywire. It's LD Smith Plumbing, 317-284-9526. It's online for the best, LDSmithPlumbing.com today.
Hi, I'm Ryan Kelly with thehomeloanexpert.com. These days, everything seems to cost so much. How are you supposed to get by with prices so high? Here's an idea. Mortgage interest rates are sitting near these all-time low levels. And with an easy refinance, our clients, on average, save over $350 a month. Start saving today and apply online for your easy refinance at thehomeloanexpert.com.
The Home Loan Expert LLC, NMLS number 1326241.
Hey, Dan Dockage here for the Michaelis Corporation, wishing you a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Michaelis can help in a time of need with fire, water, or storm damage. No matter the day or the hour, Michaelis can help. I know. The lovely Lee Ross and I have had Michaelis to our house for emergency services and planned restoration work. Let's count our blessings this holiday season. If you do need emergency services, because life happens, water, storms, fire, and foundations, make it Michaelis. 844-FIX-INDY.
If you're struggling with weight and frustrated with dieting each and every year, Mark Patrick Seminars can help.
After this hypnosis, I want to eat good food.
Since August, I can honestly say I have not had one potato chip.
It was life-changing for me.
And I don't think about desserts like I used to.
Bridget, how much have you lost now?
I lost a total of 83 pounds.
Holy cow.
It's easy, it's fun, very relaxing, and very successful.
And I would just say go for it.
For only $49.99, lose all the weight you want, 100% guaranteed. Also, stop smoking with Mark Patrick Seminars. That's right. Seminars Thursday, January 20th at the Holiday Inn Hotel in Carmel. Weight loss seminar 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. Stop smoking seminar 8 to 10 p.m. And Saturday, January 22nd at the La Quinta Inn and Suites Hotel in Indianapolis. Weight loss seminar 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Stop smoking seminar 2 to 4 p.m. That's January 20th at Holiday Inn in Carmel and January 22nd at La Quinta Inn in Indy. Registration begins 30 minutes before seminar.
Hey, it's JMV for the absolute best. That's Lance and his local team at LD Smith Plumbing, 317-284-9526. I know from personal experience I had an emergency. No water, coldest morning of the year. On a Sunday morning, they're out and everything is great by noon. That's the folks you trust because it's not like you're going to get any notice regarding your plumbing going haywire. It's LD Smith Plumbing, 317-284-9526. It's online for the best, LDSmithPlumbing.com today.
Dan versus Fan, sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Download the DraftKings app. Use code 1075FAN to get in on all the action.
Join us on The Fan and listen to Jason Hammer on You Bet with Bet Rivers, 7 to 8 p.m. on Thursdays, where you can get all the betting advice you would ever need. Hey, wake up. We're talking football. It's the Way Too Early pregame show on 93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
Welcome back. It is the Way Too Early pregame show. You're on 93.5 and 107.5. The Fan. I'm your host, Jimmy Cook. Give me a follow on Twitter at the J Cook. If you can tolerate the Chiefs tweets every now and again and the Colts commentary, you'll usually like the bets. Big betting day yesterday. This isn't the betting segment, but I'm going to do some self-promotion here because I feel like it. 6-2 yesterday were the plays of the day. So hopefully you utilize those on Twitter at the J Cook. I would have been 7-2, but I did. I'm sorry, Colts fans. I apologize. I didn't have the faith. I understand. I didn't say bet the Cardinals, but I took the Colts money line off of the plays of the day yesterday. So as a man of my word, I tweeted that out. I'm not going to count that towards my total. So 6-2 for the day, and it was a fun day. I saw
5-3.
Where's the third?
Taylor didn't score. Packers did.
Taylor. Oh no, you're right. He did not score. You're right. Taylor did not score.
6.5.
So Taylor's where I
5
gave
and 3
myself.
still a good
5-3. Still 5-3. My apologies. Segment's ruined now, Eddie. Thanks.
Sorry.
Thanks for
you know what that means today? Go 7-0 today.
Back. There you go.
Go 6-0 today.
So Eddie, do you want to do the math on where my last two was? Since I apparently can't read. I was going to tell you what
Lakers
it was
money line, and then Packers -6.
No. I meant I was going to ask you to us further derail the show and ask where I was the last 2 days. So you said I went 5-3 yesterday officially when you discredit the Colts because I said I wasn't betting that. 5-3, correct?
Yeah.
So 9-3 over the last 2 betting days. I didn't bet Saturday because
there were no sports.
There wasn't anything except for tennis. And
there's some sports books that had like handball or something. I don't know.
All right. Oh, some handball action?
Yeah.
Man.
Whatever tickles your fancy.
I mean, Russian table tennis for a time there, but that was during the early stages of the pandemic. Anyway, it was a good betting day, and there'll be some NFL plays out there as well. We'll have those throughout the show. Actually, I lied to you. We'll probably have those last segment of the show at 11:30.
But hey, you never know.
You never know. Sometimes we get antsy and want to sprinkle something in.
Just get a little excited.
Just never know. Justin Herbert over 2 touchdown passes. See, just like that. Out of nowhere. Just out of nowhere.
But let's get back to the Colts game real quick. For them to
I was getting
win,
there, Eddie.
Sorry,
Go ahead.
I was helping.
Go ahead.
For them to win, I put this on Twitter last night. For them to win without getting a single quarterback hit on Kyler Murray.
You tweeted that. I did see it.
Without forcing a turnover and without sacking Kyler Murray, remarkable. Absolutely remarkable.
Very remarkable. Yes. Weird. A weird stat. But yes, indeed. Remarkable. Give me that one more time.
They did not sack Kyler Murray.
Correct.
Did not register a single quarterback hit.
Okay.
And they did not force a turnover.
Okay.
And still won.
Now, such as contact with the quarterback, yes, for it to be registered as a hit?
That's, in the pocket, I assume.
Okay. Because, I don't mean to undercut that stat, but the wheels were moving for Kyler Murray a ton yesterday. There were many a time where the pass rush was doing its job and you're flushing Murray out and he's automatically in. Whether you want to say that Murray was leaving pockets too early, whether or not he's making the right decision, a lot of the times I think he's making the right decision to get out of there and try to do it with his legs or do it spontaneously. That's probably going to be a reason why. I'd be interested to see how often that's happened against the Cardinals, just for frame of reference, but we obviously don't have the time for that right now. But yeah, it's a wild stat. You would think that in a game like that, you were going to get register a sack or something like that. And again, and Jay Morris, that's a good point. Just because they didn't sack him doesn't mean they didn't disrupt his game quite a bit. No, they did, and that's what I just said, right?
Right, yeah.
They just flushed him out. I'm acknowledging that. Eddie's acknowledging that. That's just one of those weird, unique stats in a game that you find. But yeah, I'd be interested to see how it's worked throughout the season for the Cardinals. And this is an Arizona team in free fall, right? They're not going to miss the playoffs. I don't think that's on the table for them, but Rams are in almost complete control of that division now. And it's hard not to say, not the reason the Colts won, but the big picture of why the Cardinals are in free fall right now is they're playing against better teams. They've lost their confidence a bit in that regard, and they had the easiest schedule in football for a large portion of the season. So that's not a knock at the win last night. That's a knock at where the Cardinals are going as a team. You still got to play the games on your schedule. That's not the Colts' fault. And they did it. They did. I thought it was dead to rights when you're losing Darius Leonard and Kari Willis and company A number of different names on the COVID list. When you're having those kind of absences, I thought they were dead. I did. I thought that was going to be a game where the absences on the O-line and the absences on the defense were not going to be enough, or were going to be enough to dismantle that game and take the Colts off the rails, and they did not. They rose to the occasion, and that's a big-time win. Now, again, it's hard to quantify it. We can't just be like, and I've seen this throughout the day and throughout last night on Twitter. It's not just suddenly, oh, this team could beat anybody because their backup offensive lineman stepped up. I mean, no. That doesn't automatically qualify as that, but it's a confidence thing, right? It's a confidence thing in that locker room. And it's the most confidence gain yesterday was Carson Wentz. I can't stop talking about that because that's the biggest question mark. And he rose to the occasion yesterday. And I can't stress that enough, that if he's going to be able to do that and be efficient like he was, made some bad throws, sure. Was it a perfect game? No. But if he's going to be as efficient as he was, then this whole national conversation that scares Eddie because the Colts are getting more national pub, then they are going to be in trouble. And I don't know. Eddie, remind me again why you're fully concerned about the national media love.
Just feels like every time lately that the Colts, at least under this regime, have gotten that national pub, it's always ends in disappointment because they'll come out flat for a big game or something. Everyone's hyping them up. And for me, that big game will be the postseason.
Yeah, I understand that for sure. I mean, I get the nerves there, but also there's a large portion of the fan base that I feel like, why are they talking about Aaron Rodgers all the time? Like,
100%.
Like there's a large portion that want it, and there's some of that subsection. I don't know if you're in that subsection that are like, once we have it, no, stop. I just wanted to sprinkle. I don't need it every day. I don't need to know what Carson Wentz had for breakfast yesterday,
right,
which was a lot of what was happening during training camp and in the lead up to the season.
Yeah, and I think I want to add that I think this team plays better when they're not being looked at under a microscope.
Sure.
Because of the way that Frank Reich is as a motivator, as a coach.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, they're not talking about us. Let's go prove them wrong or something like that. Now that they're talking about us, it's, all right, guys, we got to stay focused. We got to stay concentrated on the job and go 1-0.
Yep.
Get 1% better.
Indeed. Friendly reminder for those that are giving me all the love for the hat. This happens to be a show that we talk about the Colts a heavily bit, but this is not a Colts sponsored show. If the Colts want to sponsor the show and give me a Colts Santa hat to wear, then hey, what the heck? Eddie, I'll put it on. I can be bought. That's not a big deal. But it's a Colts-centric show, but we'll have our sports tastes. And today, repping the Chiefs Santa hat. Like it or not, we're still going to talk about the Colts. Just the way we are. Merry Christmas to you. Happy Boxing Day. So some Colts audio, shall we? First, let's get Carson Wentz. Again, a lot of these clips I don't listen to fully. I like to have Eddie put them together, and then I can get a genuine reaction with it, with you, the listener. Let's get Carson Wentz, just the gutsy win. I just want to see what Carson Wentz thinks about the gutsy win, and I hope I'm set it up enough that we're good to go. We are good to go. Gutsy win. Let's go.
Gutsy win in all three phases. You know, we woke up this morning, found out more guys were hurt, and they're not hurt, but sick and missing. And tweaking the game plan this morning. Coaches did a great job to put us in the best chance to succeed. And obviously, it was a kind of up and down game, but for us to finish the way we did, that was huge.
Gotta be honest. These descriptions are usually pretty specific about what's going on, but I didn't expect to hear gutsy win 3 times in the first 4 seconds of that clip. So yeah, gutsy win. It was. I got to be honest. I was so enamored by him saying gutsy win that I lost most of the rest of that clip. But that's okay. It was a gutsy win. You can't argue that. Let's go back to Wentz. I want to see what you're going to probably get a generic answer here, but he did miss some throws yesterday. But he stepped up big when it mattered. But I want to hear how he felt about the missed throws.
yeah, for one, you never lose confidence. You got to give them credit on some of those, making things look confusing or, doing some different things, missing some throws for sure at the same time. But at the same time, just got to stay confident in myself. And coaches do a great job of setting me up to succeed as well. And with play calling, always helping that out as well. So, you just can't get down on yourself.
It's a great point. You have to keep your confidence level, and you have to stay strong in the game. You can't let just one throw get the best of you. And he didn't let it happen, right? He stayed true. He stayed confident. Jonathan Oldiker, sorry if I'm saying that wrong, asked, Jimmy, how did you become a Chiefs fan? You're from Indy, right? Or no? And from Indianapolis.
We're going down this rabbit hole again.
We're going down the rabbit hole, I decided. Older brother is in his 50s and has been a Chiefs fan since before the Colts moved from Baltimore. So there you have it. That is the story of it. Born into it. Gone through a lot of bad quarterbacks. That's why I tell you that I have, and I've answered it right now for those that are confused by it, because a lot of people, I get it. I'm intrigued. It's 107.5 The Fan here in Indianapolis. I am a Chiefs fan, but I cover the Colts. That's why we have the Chiefs hat on, okay? I'm sorry. Get off my back.
Little do they know you're also wearing a Chiefs shirt, so.
Shh, Eddie, it's a shirt that says Showtime. It could mean anything. Could mean anything about it. Usually you get more slack when you wear just the jersey. I feel like I might as well at least just wear a shirt just to be kind of ambiguous about it. But anyway, thanks, Jonathan. I appreciate you, sir. So in terms of, and that's why I'm telling you, I have seen teams do this. I've seen my own team that I root for regularly do this. Appreciate the love, SS Chicago. Thanks for listening, man. You can't just have, unless you have an all-time defense behind you, you can't just have a dominant running back and expect to win a Super Bowl. It very rarely happens. You have to have your quarterback bring his portion to the table. And Wentz did that yesterday. And that is why there should be some faith and optimism, at least for a week, that maybe this Colts team could actually make some noise. Super Bowl bound is so tough for me. But the AFC is wide open enough where it's not ridiculous. It's not... I appreciate the Colts for life as a Chicago, and I respect the hell out of the team, and I respect the hell out of the fan base, and I appreciate you for listening. But it's not crazy anymore, right? Like 3 weeks ago, when I'm hearing it like from the fringe areas of the fan base, I'm thinking, Super Bowl, really? No. What? Thank you for that. What? Exactly. Yeah, thank you, Eddie. I didn't think it was possible. And I'm still not on that train, but I'm on the he's with Emmis now, and I love the guy. Somebody give him a shout. I'm on that Derek Schultz 10-2 train, or not 10-2 train, but it was 7-2 train back a couple years ago. His 10-win train. I'm sorry. It's the Colts surge train, I believe is what he's actually called it. So I'm in that train. I think that they are going to it's a lock. They're going to make the playoffs right now, right? Like that's all but certain. Even if they lose their next two, which they're not, there's big problems if they do. They're not going to. They're fine. Like I think, Eddie, correct me if I'm wrong. They lose the next two. I guess it's a coin flip, right? It's not necessarily their whole destiny if they lost the next two, but pretty much they're pretty comfortable right now, if I'm not mistaken.
I would say so. I think 538 has them at 90% chance to make the playoffs.
Sure.
I could be wrong there, but I think that's accurate.
We'll check it during the break. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's accurate. So anyway, that's what you need to have. And you're right. They have one with worse QB. Right, okay, but that's one example. And that I was hoping someone would do that. So let's bring up the Trent Dilfer situation. You're right. They did win with Dilfer. What was the difference between those Ravens and these Colts? Their defense was all time. I understand that they are leading the lead in takeaways. And I think even, is it points off turnovers too? Am I making that up?
Yes, you're correct on that front.
All right. So yeah, those are two great stats to have. And people don't understand this. You know what? I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why the 2000 Ravens are not a good example to follow with. And I'm going to tell you why that you can't count on turnovers as two reasons. I'm going to go in depth as to why that can't be your sole liar to win a championship unless a lot of other things break your way. We will talk about that when we come back in just a moment here on the Way to the pregame show. Plus, your phone calls, 317-239-1070. Let's react. Tell me the Colts are going to the Super Bowl. I want to hear it right here on The Fan.
When was the last time you practiced your home fire escape plan? Be sure everyone in your family knows what to do if there's a fire. Get out, stay out. It's your fire safe response.
It takes everyone in the community working together to create a brighter future. Give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Visit liveunited.org to learn how you can help.
Hey, it's JMV. Have a Merry Christmas with FanDuel. Give and get $100 in site credit when you invite friends to join America's #1 sportsbook. It's FanDuel, the biggest refer a friend offer ever. Here's how it works. Share your exclusive referral link right from the Sportsbook app. Once your friend signs up with your link and places any bet of $10 or more, you'll both get $100. Hey, you can't beat that with FanDuel Sportsbook. Use that promo code JMV. Get your first bet risk-free up to $1,000 and make every moment more. Again, that promo code is JMV. Today, 21 plus and present in Indiana. Referred players must wager $10 within 28 days after signing up. Limit 10 referrals. Site credit is non-withdrawable and expires in 7 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT.
Hi guys, Jack Hope with Hope Plumbing here. I just want to take a minute to discuss how great a career in the plumbing trade can be. What I want to do is list just some of the benefits that we offer our employees at Hope Plumbing, just to give you an idea of how good of a career it is. We offer paternity and maternity leave. I think we try really hard to provide an incredible work-life balance. We have several plumbers this year who will make well over $100,000, and the average salary for one of our plumbers is in the $90,000 range. We offer health insurance to everybody, short and long-term disability insurance. We have regular company parties. We offer free schooling. We have a 401k plan that we match. I think we have an awesome vibe and culture. You get up to a month of paid vacation, and we send all of our guys to service trainings all over the country so they can keep getting better at their jobs. If you want to hear more, give us a call at 317-641-HOPE.
This ad for Helzberg Diamonds has been specifically written for those who'd rather think about hockey than engagement rings. You're at a game and your team scores the winning goal just as time runs out. Now, if that game is your proposal and you're running out of time to find the perfect engagement ring, Helzberg Diamonds is your winning shot. Our combination of quality diamonds, wide selection, and a price match guarantee means you can be confident in your Helzberg Diamonds engagement ring buzzer beater. Visit your local Helzberg store and ask about our amazing financing options, or check us out at Helzberg.com.
Hi, I'm Ryan Kelly with thehomeloanexpert.com. The holidays truly are a magical time of the year. That magic comes at a cost. And the unfortunate truth is so much of it ends up on your credit cards. What if I told you that I had the perfect solution? There's never been a better time for a cash out refinance. Lower your monthly payment and get the money you need to pay off those credit cards once and for all. Apply online at thehomeloanexpert.com.
The Home Loan Expert LLC, NMLS number 1326241.
Hey, it's JMV for Big Red Liquors with the big giveaway for the month of December. How about 5 winter snow blowers? For the month of December, Big Red Liquors is giving away 5 snow blowers. You can stop in any of the Big Red Liquors 59 convenient locations and sign up for the big monthly giveaway. Be prepared this winter and win a snow blower courtesy of Big Red Liquors. Sign up for free at any of the Big Red Liquors locations. You gotta be 21. Don't forget to stock up on your favorite beverage. For more info, that's bigredliquors.com today.
The holidays are doubly important this year, so make your celebrations doubly special. At Kroger, we've got a huge selection of high-quality meats on top of fresh, natural produce, like fresh, never-frozen prime-grade beef and our Simple Truth organic Brussels sprouts, or delicious king crab legs with our private selection gourmet potatoes. Whew, had to say that doubly fast. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
For a delicious treat that's good for you too, save on fresh blueberries. 18-ounce containers are $2.99 each with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Hey, JMV here from Mark Dietl, Realty, 317-755-4232. Again, 317-755-4232. Online, markdietl.com. That's Mark, D-I-E. TEL.com today. I know a lot of you are really fired up about wanting to get into the housing market. In fact, I just had talked to Mark about how it was going. And let me tell you this, you are not going to get the level of service and the guarantees, whether you're upgrading or downsizing, as you're going to get with Mark Dietl at Mark Dietl Realty. In fact, he's going to give you this guarantee. He's going to guarantee multiple offers in 3 days for full market value, or he is going to sell it for free. That's what I love. And no matter what you're doing in the housing market, he's going to get the job done right for you. That's Mark Dietl Realty today. 317-755-4232. 317-755-4232. That's markdietl.com. Mark, DIETEL.com today.
Caesar's greetings, people. Caesar's Sportsbook wishes sports fans everywhere a happy, healthy, and parlay-filled holiday season. Your app is ready, Emperor. Download it. Terms and conditions apply. Must be 21 plus.
It can happen easily. A few drinks become a few too many. It's time to go and you think of calling for a ride home. Now, what's the worst that can happen? You get pulled over, you lose your license, you total your car, you kill someone. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
Text and whatever. Just don't text and drive. Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
It's never too early for football.
Yeah, it's too early.
It's the Way Too Early pregame show on 93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
Back here on the Way Too Early pregame show, I'm your host, Jimmy Cook. Give me a follow on Twitter at the J Cook. Short segment here. Went a little long in segment number 2, so I'll keep my point short that I teased before we went to break. Those are outliers. The idea of a Trent Dilfer or Baltimore Ravens team making it all the way to the Super Bowl and winning. That's an all-time defense that was there. And I mean, I was kind of young, right? So I'd have to go look at the numbers of Dilfer, but like he's always using an example like Flacco, like mediocre quarterbacks that were sharp at times when he was needed to be. But for the most part, the entirety of that run was built on defense and built on running game. And I mean, that's just, those don't happen often. You look at the last 21 years, for the most part, I'm not saying always, but for the most part, you have had a high-level quarterback under center for the team that won it all. Now, whether you want to say, like, look at some of Brady's championships, like, oh, well, he had a great defense. All right, well, that's fine. Like, I view wins and championships and all that, particularly in football, they're not just a quarterback stat. They're a team stat. Like, for instance, I think Aaron Rodgers is the best football player I've ever seen. I think Aaron Rodgers is the greatest quarterback of all time. I think Tom Brady's the best winner of all time. That's a whole other debate. But my underlying point is that there are instances where you can point to, oh, well, they had a good defense. All right, well, that's great. You can have a good defense, but you were never worried about Brady dropping back to pass. You were never worried about Ben Roethlisberger dropping back to pass. You're never worried about Russell Wilson or Patrick Mahomes driving back to pass. This is a bad take. Not a bad take, but this is a controversial take, I guess. It's not even controversial. Forget it. I'm stepping up to the plate and I'm knocking it out of the park. Peyton's last Super Bowl win, I got to tell you, like, he was sharp, if I remember correctly, in that game. But that run, it was built on the defense. But you had a guy that you knew had done it before that could still do it. But his numbers, his numbers that last year, they weren't Peyton Manning numbers. They were fine numbers. They were not like, all-time GOAT numbers. And that's why he stepped away the next year. He won a championship. What more do you have to prove? My point is, though, that instances like that, Manning's last title, Flacco's win, Dilfer's win, that's 3 just off the top of the head that were done because you had just elite all-time defenses. And you're right, Brandon Daly. You don't need 2017 Wentz, but you do need competency. Because this team is not an all-time defense. They're very sharp in a lot of categories, but they're not in that same realm as the 2000 Ravens or the 85 Bears, stuff like that. You need Wentz to do his part. He did it yesterday. If he can do it consistently, this team has almost no limit on their ceiling. Back in a moment, more Colts audio, some bets to come as well, and your phone calls if you'd like to join the conversation. 317-239-1070, the Way Too Early pregame show on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
Your one blood donation can help save the lives of up to 3 people. Give blood through the American Red Cross to help hospital patients. Visit redcrossblood.org today.
Hey, it's Big Joe for Absolute Comfort, your trusted independent American Standard Air dealer. Owner Chris Wettikin sells the ductless Mitsubishi Electric Mini Split, which is a clean and extremely energy-efficient way to heat and cool a specific area.
These systems don't run the air through the ductwork, which is where a lot of your dust and allergies and other displeasing smells come from. And maybe best of all, you're not circulating viruses throughout the home.
Find out more at AbsoluteComfort.org. Absolute Comfort is your trusted independent American Standard Air Mitsubishi Electric Elite Ductless Pro dealer. Hey, Dan Dockage here for the Michaelis Corporation, wishing you a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Michaelis can help in a time of need with fire, water, or storm damage. No matter the day or the hour, Michaelis can help. I know. The lovely Lee Ross and I have had Michaelis to our house for emergency services and planned restoration work. Let's count our blessings this holiday season. If you do need emergency services, because life happens, water, storms, fire, and foundations, make it Michaelis. 844-FIX-INDY.
Join Mark Patrick seminars and lose the weight guaranteed. Only $49.99. Hypnosis to destroy unwanted cravings. Also, stop smoking with Mark Patrick. Lose your desire to smoke without cravings, irritability, weight gain, or your money back. Seminars Thursday, January 20th at Holiday Inn in Carmel. Weight loss seminar 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. Stop smoking seminar 8 to 10 p.m. And Saturday, January 22nd at La Quinta Inn and Suites in Indianapolis. Weight loss seminar 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Stop smoking seminar 2 to 4 p.m. Registration begins 30 minutes before seminar.
'Tis the season for more at Metro by T-Mobile. This holiday, new and existing customers can get a free Samsung Galaxy tablet. Enjoy high-speed data on your tablet for just $15 a month when you add to an existing line. That's how Metro gives you more for the holidays. More ways to connect and more reasons to celebrate with a free Samsung Galaxy tablet. Only at Metro. With rebate after 3 months of service, plus tax limited time offer, in-store only. Not available in Connecticut, Rhode Island, Miami-Dade. See store for details.
If you or a loved one have served in the military and are VA eligible, then I have some great news for you. My name is Ryan Kelly, and I'm the founder of HeroLoan.com. This year, we wanted to do something special, so we created the Christmas for Veterans program. If you close on your VA eligible refinance or home purchase before the end of the year, not only can you get a rate in the twos, a 21-day closing, but we'll also give you a $500 gift card. HeroLoan.com.
The Home Loan Expert LLC, NMLS number 1326241.
Planning to get engaged this year? Come to Shane Company, where shopping for an engagement ring is like nowhere else. Our jewelry consultants don't work on commission. They'll take the time to listen and give you personal attention. They'll help you maximize your budget and show you all the possibilities for the ring. Because we have more rings than anyone else, it'll be easy to find a unique engagement ring no matter your price range. Choose from a variety of styles. Classic, modern, or elaborate and detailed, all designed by our in-house team. Then, for the center stone, we have the state's largest selection of diamonds, rubies, and over a dozen colors of sapphires, as well as peach morganite and aquamarine. All of our stones are conflict-free and natural. We'll make finding the perfect engagement ring fun and easy. Now you have a friend in the jewelry business. Shane Company and ShaneCo.com.
Hello, I'm Jose Hernandez, and I have been using a wheelchair since my accident in 1995.
My name is Andrea Dalzell, and I've been using a wheelchair since I was 5 years old.
I guess if I had one message for the general public, it would be that I appreciate your help. But please, ask first.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that I've actually got everything under control.
I think people get nervous. They don't know how to act, so they pretend I'm not there.
What probably bothers me the most is when waiters talk to my companion and not directly to me.
I think everyone with a disability can relate to that parking spot problem.
We know you're just parking in that disabled spot for a second, but please, don't. We're just looking for the same respect and consideration as everyone else.
United Spinal Association is dedicated to enhancing the quality of life of people living with spinal cord injuries and disorders. Download our disability etiquette booklet at unitedspinal.org.
For those fortunate enough to help the person who has always been their hero, find the care guides you need to help at aarp.org/caregiving. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Dan vs. Fan, sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Download the DraftKings app. Use code 1075FAN to get in on all the action.
93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
WIBC HD2, W298BB, WIBC HD3, W228CX, Indianapolis.
It's 11 o'clock. Do you know where your football games are? It's the Way Too Early pregame show with your host, Jimmy Cook.
Good morning, Indianapolis. Welcome to the Way Too Early pregame show.
I'm waiting for your voice to go out one of these times.
It has happened once, and I know when it happens, you're going to have that on a loop in perpetuity, so I understand that. Yeah. For those of you that are joining us today, we hope that you'll stick around and be a crazy person and join us 6 to 8 a.m. next week. We're back in our usual slot where we have to break in with a crowbar.
No, God, please, no.
If you want to go to change.org, sign our petition we have going on to get us moved to a later time slot. Please. We have 2 signatures right now. Just me and Eddie. Oh, man. But we will be with you at least to the regular season. I do not know if we'll be picked up and carried over to the playoffs.
We hope so.
We would love to, hopefully. But if not, it's been a fun ride. We appreciate everybody for the engagement. I'm not going to get into a big monologue here. This isn't the last show of the year, so we're not going to do that. But join us 6 to 8 a.m. next week as we'll be back into a pregame show format instead of this whole postgame show feel that we have right now. I will walk back a little bit what I said, and I appreciate the dialogue here from Brandon Daly because he brings this up, and it's a good point, and I had forgotten it. Flacco was much better than I thought he was in that postseason run. Now, that being said, they're still not there without that defense. My point does remain the same, but he had 11 touchdowns through their 4 games en route to the Super Bowl, no picks. So yeah, it's hard to argue that part. Body of work though, the entire year, their journey to get there was largely the defense, but the playoffs he stepped up big, and that's why I shouldn't say never, but I only jokingly bring up Fluco, right? I only sometimes throw it out there, just because everybody does, right? I'm a clown. What are you gonna do? It happens. But yeah, he earned his keep on that run. Dilfer's numbers, no. I mean, I know it's a different NFL, but no. But Flacco, yes, that's fine. But the point remains the same, though, is that Flacco rose to the occasion, right? In that moment, he put up the numbers that you needed him to put up, and he did his part. And that's really all you're asking from Wentz. If he can take care of the football, which he's done this year, and he can be smart, which for the most part he's done this year. There's been instances where it's what are we doing? But if he's able to do that, then yeah, they're going to have a shot, and they can compete with anybody on a given basis. I still think, and I'm going to take this to my grave because I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen in this city, and it's started to happen for the team I root for the last 3 years. Top-tier elite quarterbacks can fix everything and will always give you a chance to win. You can sit your head on a pillow, wake up and think, oh, man, got Patrick Mahomes on my team. Oh, man, I got Justin Herbert on my team. Oh, man, I got Russell Wilson on my team. Maybe not so much this year, but you know what I mean. Tom Brady. All the Buccaneers fans that are just waking up the day after Christmas. Some getting Tom Brady jerseys for the first time. And some, meanwhile, adding to their collection, which I'm fine with that. I'm fine with player fans. I'm just kind of teasing there. But you get my point, is that it's a blessing to have. Do I think Wentz is that type of quarterback? Let me ask the resident Colts fan of the show. Put him on the spot for a second. Eddie, when you put your head on the pillow, do you immediately think to yourself, got Carson Wentz on my team? In a positive manner, not a sarcastic, ironic way.
He's not a guy I'm going to bed and I'm like, oh yes, I have him as my quarterback. And he's not a guy where I'm going to sleep
he's
and he's
right
in
the middle. He's right in the
gosh, I've got Carson Wentz.
He's right in the middle.
But last night,
that's an easy night to go to sleep to.
Right, with the win, correct. But if they lose,
no, I just mean the way he
Yeah. I mean, he made 3 or 4 good throws, but outside of that, oh my goodness, he made me want to bang my head up against a door or brick wall or something.
And that's the full experience. That is the full experience with him. And what I'm trying to kind of preach here is that consistency wins out at the end. And you need that consistency on a week-to-week basis if you're legitimately going to make a run at this thing and make Jim Irsay's 2 Lombardi's tweets no longer a punchline. Don't forget about that. That happened. Let's not forget about that.
When his tweet came out yesterday about more players or whatever, who'd you think it was initially?
You want to really know? Like, you want me to tell you honestly?
I thought it was Jonathan Taylor.
Thought it was JT. But because the owner's stepping in and tweeting, and no reporters, nobody at that point had it. Everybody had it from him.
And it took like 15 minutes. I'm like, oh my goodness. Somebody please.
I really thought it was JT. I really did. And because I think it had to be somebody big for Jim Irsay to feel the need to. Well, I mean, I shouldn't say that, right? He can do whatever he wants. But for him to tweet about an injury or a loss of some kind, it has to be big. And it was big. I mean, it was. Let's not understate that. It was huge. And all the more credit to the Colts for getting the victory yesterday because of that. Because if you are a irrational fan, I didn't lose faith in the Colts. Go win the whole time. All right, I'm proud of you for that. I'm proud of you for standing by your team. If you're a rational fan or you're just somebody that watches like from afar, like an overseer, so to speak, or an arbiter, if you will, whatever you want to go with, and you're a fan of football in general, your confidence level wavered a bit yesterday. I don't care what you say. Like, there's no way you saw that injury report and you're like, oh, well, we got this. We'll be fine. No way. And there's no way as the injuries piled up in that game, we'll be fine. We got this.
I'd also like to extend a sincere apology out to JMV because we were doing the Colts pregame huddle yesterday. It was me, Bill Brooks, and JMV and Jeffrey Gorman. And during one of the breaks, JMV was like, ask me and Billy. He was, do I switch my pick'em pick of the Colts to the Cardinals? We both said undoubtedly.
Oh.
And he goes, whenever I've done that this year, it hasn't panned out well for me.
What, he switched?
Yes. He goes, I just don't see a way for them to win. Lord and behold, they won.
Well, so Colts fans should be thanking John, and maybe he should pick the other way, or pick the Colts and then flip it rest of the way.
There you go.
That's funny. So yeah, I mean, there's no way, like, to say, like, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's to be human, right? You're a fan, that's fine. But to say that you didn't have any fear whatsoever, don't lie to me like that. Come on now. No chance. But maybe you did. And I'm sure there are some out there that did, because I know there are, because they tweeted at me. And how stupid I was for removing the Colts from my plays of the day. But, hey, I stand by it, right? I didn't bet the Cardinals, but that's no longer a confident bet. By definition, the way the game went final, it's not a confident bet. Right? Like, you're proud of Carson Wentz, but there were moments where you still thought, maybe. Once they went up by 2 possessions, I thought it was over. I'll be honest. At that point, the way the Cardinals were moving the ball, lack thereof, I should say, there is no way. But that's all credit to the Colts. By the way, we haven't mentioned his name once yet, but I'm not saying it was a turn back the clock game. T.Y. Hilton, very solid yesterday. Very, very impressive. I want to hear from T.Y. I want to hear from him mentioning that he specifically needed to step up. This from the Colts radio network. T.Y. Hilton saying, quote here from this clip, I was needed to step up today.
I'm going to make my plays, and we needed it tonight. So in order for us to win, with guys out, it was time for me to step up and make plays, and that's what I did, man. When I'm out there, you know what I can do, man, and whenever I get a chance, I'm going to make it.
He took advantage of the opportunity, and he rose to the occasion. 4 catches, 51 yards, a touchdown. As wide open of a touchdown you're going to find. And that's big. Like, I don't know what T.Y.'s full new role is here. Because he's not the same player that he was. It happens at the age, right? But that was very Inspiring's not the right word, but that's intriguing. Again, you're going to need players like that to step up week in and week out if you're going to make a deep run. And give credit to T.Y. Hilton because he did that. And more so, I guess, to Carson Wentz on top of that because that's a read that he hit. That's a read that he had to hit, right? Got a wide open T.Y. Hilton in the end zone. That's a read you have to knock down, and he did. And I'm not saying, I'm not some enemy of Carson Wentz. I'm just telling you, I've seen average to slightly above average quarterbacks not get it done in the past. And you've seen flashes that Wentz is capable of being your guy. But you've also seen flashes, as Eddie mentioned, in that very game where it's like, good Lord, man. What are you looking at? Where are you putting that ball? Give the guy a chance, all that good stuff, right? It's been a roller coaster. And it's not going to get any easier. But you at least have confidence now in Carson Wentz's ability when you're calling on him. No guarantee he's going to deliver, but you're more confident in it now than you were a week ago. He has more confidence in himself than he was a week ago, and that's the type of momentum and level of mentality that you want to have as a club in the home stretch of the regular season. It's exactly what you want. Have some more audio to get to, but I do want to take a couple calls from you, the listeners. First, I want to go to Brad on line 1, talking about some Colts. Brad, Merry Christmas to you. Belated, I guess I should say. Welcome to the show. Thank you for joining.
Hey, Jimmy. How's it going, man?
Good. How you doing?
I'm all right. So I saw that late tweet last night, about 5 o'clock, saying you pulled the money line for the Colts. And, I had it minus. I'm just curious. You pulled that because of Leonard, right?
That was the main factor, yes. I mean, Darius was the main reason I did it. Carter Willis being out too, but Leonard was the main. He's the straw that stirs the drink on that defense, right? That's the main thing that spooked me. Yes. Right.
Yeah, and I figured that, and I had said all weekend I'm taking a -5, -5. I still did it, still won, and I can't believe you just pulled the money line from the Colts like that, man.
So again, I apologize for doing it. I'm glad that you were on the winning side of it. And did you tweet at me last night by chance? Did we have a discussion last night or no? Because somebody did.
No, I did not. Okay. I did not tweet at you.
That's okay. No, yeah. So somebody else is kind of giving me a hard time about it, which I understand, and maybe rightfully so. But it's not like I fully abandoned ship. And again, I'm not a Colts fan, so I don't feel bad for abandoning ship. But I didn't say go rush and bet the Cardinals. My confidence wavered from a gambling standpoint, given the fact that it was pretty much a coin flip game going in. At least that's what Vegas said.
Right.
So, but you had -5?
The -5, yeah, man, 1/6. So man. I got it, man.
Well, props to you. It sounds like you at least had a solid Christmas on that front. So I'm glad to hear that, Brad. Well, thank you for listening. No, go ahead. No, you're welcome. Go ahead.
Am I good?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so let's go gun to head. Steelers +10.
The Chiefs have not been great at double-digit spread, so I would scoop the 10 for the Steelers if you made me choose.
Is
Kelsey's not playing. Kelsey is not playing. He did not test out. He got activated, but he didn't test out a protocol. Tyreek Hill is, yes.
Okay. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, listen, Big Ben, next week, it's his last game at Heinz Field.
Sure.
I'm thinking he wants to go out with a big bang. I'm thinking the Steelers are going to win this week and next week against the Bengals. No. KC's playing the Bengals next week.
They are.
Steelers are playing the Browns next week.
Correct. And they go on the road against the Ravens on the 9th.
Yep.
Are you in any way related to the Roethlisberger family?
I could be, maybe.
Well, we'll see. I don't. Big Ben doesn't scare me anymore, so maybe I'll regret those words here in a couple hours. But
you may be. But hey, I'm just letting everybody know. Bet the Lions today, man. Bet the Lions against Atlanta +240 money line.
I appreciate that, Brad. Thank you for listening, sir. Merry Christmas to you.
All right, see you. Bye.
All righty. That was a good call. It was a little long, but it was a good call.
It's a little bold to take the Lions with Tim Boyle, who's never won a game.
I mean, there's a lot there. But, Brad, I appreciate that. Feel free to call back anytime. We'll stick with some calls for a second. Let's go to John. He's been waiting a minute. John, I'm assuming that you want to also rip me or get mad at me for taking the Colts off my bets. The description says betting on Arizona. So that could be anything, but I'm assuming that's what it's about. Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you, and enjoy the show. No, my wife and I were down at the off-track betting last night. So about 6 o'clock, I saw all that come across. So I went straight up to the window and put $20 on Arizona. So, and I've never done that before. I'd never bet against them ever, but last night just felt like the time to do it.
Hey, $20 and your team still won. I mean, you'll bite those profits. I think most days, more often than not. I feel like.
Yep. Anyway, enjoy the show. Have a Merry Christmas. And
you too as well, John. Happy New Year to you. Thank you very much for listening. Yeah, no, I mean that's the right thing to do. If you're just listening to the show, let's just say for the sole purpose of the gambling talk. First of all, I respect the hell out of that. But second of all, those are the times to do it. When news breaks as quickly as you can. Like when I have my phone, the second I hear about like news, particularly when it pertains to COVID, you're looking at your lines that you can possibly bet. And that's just the way to get ahead of it. So props to him. Props to John for making that bet, even though it lost. I mean, that's you have to be opportunistic in this world of COVID list players and everything else. That's the only way to play it. All right, a couple more. Proud of the way too early pregame show fan base. Well, let's lighten up today. Daryl, we'll talk about some Colts. What's going on, Daryl? Welcome to the show.
How you doing, Jimmy?
Good. How are you? Thank you, sir.
Good. Hey, two things. The only bet I made on the Colts game yesterday was Jonathan Taylor over 105 yards rushing. It seemed like the safe bet yesterday. Also, what's with Frank Reich going for it on fourth down when he should have just kicked the field goal? I mean, I'm yelling at the TV. I mean, the guy doesn't like points, or what's his problem?
And Daryl, I don't blame you for that. Like I
mean, it's a simple game. When you got a chance to get points, you take the points.
That would have been a 54-yard field goal.
So he made one earlier, 52 yards.
Remind me, Eddie, directly, timestamp on that.
There's 5:45 left in the third quarter.
Yeah. And then but it's fourth down and 3. He's got most of his offensive line gone. He hasn't been running the ball very good. He's been throwing the ball not very good in the third quarter. So why not kick the field goal?
Daryl,
I mean, we're lucky. Former Detroit Lion Prater couldn't hit side of a barn yesterday. The Colts would have lost.
It's a great point. It's a great point. And I will say this, and I'll leave you with this, Daryl, and I appreciate you calling in as always, and thank you for listening. You better, and I mean this for your health, you need to get used to the idea of that happening more, because he is going to feel like, I believe fully, Coach Reich will feel like, whether it's running or passing the ball, as they get into the postseason, that he's going to have to take care of those situations, and he's going to have to roll the dice and extend the play into 4-down territory, whether it's a 50-yard field goal or not. And those are two different realms of thinking, not from Reich, but I mean from the fan base, from people that cover it. And
I can see him going for it if he's got his offensive line intact.
But in that situation, kind of crazy, right? I get it. Yeah.
I mean, it's not a tough game. Come on,
Yeah.
The analytics here said kick the field goal. I mean, come on.
Yeah. No, I don't disagree with you there, and I completely agree with you on that situation. That it's probably better to take the points. But I also tend to be more of the aggressive camp when a team's fully healthy, as you already clarified, though. In that particular situation, kind of a head scratcher. I appreciate you calling in, though, Daryl. Thank you for listening, sir.
Have a good day. Yeah.
You too. We still got some more. Oh my God, we still have some more on the phone lines. Chris and Pineapple Nick, hang tight for us, please. We come back. We will take those two phone calls, and then feel free to join in the queue, but likely might be done with that the rest of the way. But I appreciate the calls all the same, and I expect that same energy next week, 6 to 8 a.m. I want pregame thoughts. I know nobody's calling it. I understand. We got to break into the building to be able to get in here to do the show. So we understand that. Do you have it ready? The Mark Boyle? I'm gonna cue that right now. We will have it in a second. When we come back from break, we're going to take a trip around
National Football League.
We will indeed take a trip around the National Football League. When we come back, take some audio from there as well. Maybe a little Colts audio sprinkled in. Plus, Eddie and I will give you our best bets for Week 16 in the NFL. It's the Way Too Early pregame show. I'm Jimmy Cook. Back in a flash on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
Your support helps the Red Cross be there every day for disasters big and small. Make your donation today by calling 1-800-RED-CROSS or by visiting redcross.org.
Only Shane Company has the best value on diamonds, and my son Rorden and I will always deliver on that promise. Instead of buying from middlemen and passing their markups on to our customers, we go directly to the diamond cutters and pass that savings on to you. At the cutters, the diamonds are first sorted by their 4C grade, and then our buyers hand-select the most beautiful diamonds within each 4C grouping. And because we pay cash up front and buy thousands of diamonds, the diamond cutters give us first pick of their best stones, and they also give us the best prices. Shop around, then come to Shane Company. With our tremendous buying power within the industry and our commitment to quality, you're guaranteed the best value and the most beautiful diamond. Now you have a friend in the jewelry business. Shane Company and Shaneco.com.
This is for the men who never settle, the ones who believe only quitters end a game in a tie, the type of guys who choose the bar with the biggest TVs to overcompensate for theirs at home. This is the Lodge mentality. This is Twin Peaks.
Are you a fan of Twin Peaks? Sign up for their e-club to stay up to date on all things Twin Peaks and score free stuff. Signing up is easy. Visit TwinPeaksRestaurant.com/Peaks-Club. Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks, welcomes you with the lock of the year. Simply place a $10 moneyline wager on any pro football game. If any team scores a touchdown in the game, you'll win $200 in free bets, regardless of your bet's outcome. Just use the bonus code THEFAN200, that's all one word, capital T, capital F, when you make your first bet. Enjoy football like never before with BetMGM's live betting options, boosted odds specials, and daily promotions at your fingertips all season long. Download the app or go to BetMGM.com and use that bonus code. Again, it is the FAN200, that's all one word, to win $200 in free bets if any pro football team scores a touchdown. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. 21 years of age or older to wager. Indiana only. New customer offer. All promotions are subject to qualification and eligibility requirements. Rewards issued as non-withdrawable free bets or site credit. Free bets expire 7 days from issuance. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-9-WITH-IT.
This is Ryan Newman for Indiana Donor Network and Driven to Save Lives. I love my family, and I appreciate every moment we spend together. We've talked about some pretty tough stuff over the years, and one thing they know for sure is that I've signed up to be an organ donor. So the next time you're with your family, take a moment and let them know you love them, and be sure they know your decision to be an organ donor. You can learn more at DonateLifeIndiana.org.
Hi, I'm Ryan Kelly with thehomeloanexpert.com. These days, everything seems to cost so much. How are you supposed to get by with prices so high? Here's an idea. Mortgage interest rates are sitting near these all-time low levels. And with an easy refinance, our clients, on average, save over $350 a month. Start saving today and apply online for your easy refinance at thehomeloanexpert.com.
The Home Loan Expert LLC, NMLS number 1326241.
Baptist Heating and Air wants to thank you for your business this last year and asks you to remember Jesus, our Savior, during the Christmas holiday and have a blessed and happy New Year. If you think that we can be a help keeping your family comfortable, don't hesitate to call us at 317-782-1900.
For all your heating and cooling needs throughout the year, call Baptist Heating and Air at 317-782-1900. Baptist is your trusted local independent American Standard dealer.
Hey, it's JMV from Mark Dito Realty. Simply put, the absolute best. 317-755-4232. 317-755-4232. That's markdietel.com. Mark, DIETEL.com today. I always tell you about how great he is, and here's another example of it. Ann and Jeffrey in Zionsville. So we're ready to retire and enjoy the warm, dry winters in Arizona. To afford our dream retirement, we needed to maximize the equity in our home. We heard Mark Dito was the man for the job, and it is true. Mark, in fact, sold our home for $40,000 over list price. That's what Mark Dito can do for you. So if you want to jump into the housing market, here's what I want you to do right now. Call Mark Dito Realty, who guarantees multiple offers in 3 days for full market value, or he's going to sell it for free. 317-755-4232. That's markdietel.com, Mark, DIETEL.com today.
Caesar's greetings, people. Caesar's Sportsbook wishes sports fans everywhere a happy, healthy, and parlay-filled holiday season. Your app is ready, Emperor. Download it. Terms and conditions apply. Must be 21 plus.
Do you think it's okay to drive stoned? The truth is your reaction times slow way down when you're high. You not only put yourself in danger, but everyone around you. Stop kidding yourself. If you've been using marijuana in any form, do not get behind the wheel. If you feel different, you drive different. Drive high, get a DUI. Paid for by NHTSA.
If a fire starts in your home, you have just 2 minutes to escape. That's why it's important to have working smoke alarms. Develop an escape plan and practice monthly. Visit redcross.org to learn more.
Join us on The Fan and listen to Jason Hammer on You Bet with Bet Rivers, 7 to 8 p.m. on Thursdays, where you can get all the betting advice you would ever need. Hey, wake up. We're talking football. It's the Way Too Early pregame show on 93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
Welcome back to the Way Too Early pregame show. I am your host, Jimmy Cook. Appreciate the engagement today, all on the YouTube chat and on Twitter. We follow on Twitter at the J Cook. Eddie Garrison behind the ones and twos. Give him a follow at Eddie Garrison _. Time to take a trip around the National Football League. Do you still have the sounder? I didn't plan this with you before the segment. You don't? It's gone now. All right. Well, just imagine that you heard Mike or you heard Mark Boyle's stylings there. The National Football League. As we go through our clips from around the league. But first, I do want to get one more comment. This from Frank Reich. Actually, 2 comments. First, I want to hear from Frank Reich on just his initial reaction to the win. So the great win on Christmas. This from Frank Reich. And I swear, if this starts off as a great win on Christmas, I'm going to lose my mind. Go ahead.
This was a great win for the Colts Nation, right? Especially on Christmas Day. Everybody's at home celebrating with their families, having a great day. And it kind of makes us happy in here to be able to deliver Colts Nation a win and kind of top off a great Christmas Day, which I hope everybody had.
So these are less titles and more transcripts. That's what I'm seeing from here. Okay. All right. Game ball goes to Chris Ballard. Game ball goes to Chris Ballard.
Obviously, a special shout out to Chris Ballard. We gave him a game ball in there because when you get in a day like this and you need everybody on the roster, you thank the man who put it together. And so, game ball to Chris Ballard.
To clarify, I wasn't laughing at the idea of Chris Ballard getting a game ball. I was laughing because I figured when I said game ball to Chris Ballard, the first words out of Coach Reich's mouth were going to be game ball goes to Chris Ballard. Yeah, it's hard to argue that, right? I mean, again, it's one game, and it's a game you didn't really need, but it does show the talent and depth is there. Does that mean I want to ride with that defensive unit week over week? No. Rather have those guys back, right? I'd have Darius Leonard and Kari Willis back out there. But they stepped up. Can't argue that.
You'll have to have him step up again next week. Darius will be out next week since he's a positive unvaccinated player. Yeah. And if nobody knows if Quentin Nelson is a positive test or if he was a contact trace, and because more than likely if it was a positive test for Q, he will also be out against the Raiders.
Look, I respect everybody's opinion on this. I do. But I feel the same way across every locker room in the NFL. Regardless how you feel about the protocols, with what the NFL and the NFLPA agreed to, I always felt like you're doing a little bit of a disservice to not get vaccinated if you're going to be playing with a professional organization. That being said, it's your personal choice. I respect the decisions of of Carson Wentz. I respect the decision of Darius Leonard. I know Wentz is on the list right now, but I'm just saying, like, whatever. It's your choice. If that's the decision you want to make, that's fine. But I just think if it was me, I would want. I mean, I already got it, right? But I'm just saying, if I was a part of a team, I would not want to do anything that could potentially impact the team moving forward. Now, that being said, the decisions were made, and so far it hasn't hurt the Colts. And the Colts are still going to get into the postseason. So does it really, like, I guess, matter all that much big picture? Probably not. But, Eddie, correct me if I'm wrong on this, and I know I'm putting you on the spot. Let's just say Leonard, for example, if he gets, let's say he tests positive in the wild card round, let's just say. I know, like, statistically speaking, probably small. I'm not, this isn't like one of those, I'm not a doctor, but I think he has a concussion. That's not, like, that happens all the time when people say, I'm not a doctor, but I'm going to diagnose this man. That's not what I'm doing. I'm literally saying I'm not a doctor because I'm telling you, I don't know. I don't know what the statistical chances are of having COVID because he tested positive, right? That is accurate?
100%.
So it wasn't just close contact. He tested positive. All right.
Correct.
So I'm just saying I don't know the timeline of that, like of how quickly you can get it before or after. But my point is, though, if he did get it again, it would still be the same thing because he's unvaccinated, correct? In terms of timeline.
Yes.
That does not change.
That does not change.
Again. So, yeah, so that's my only point. And again, I'm sure it's small. I would guess the window's small, but I have no idea. I don't. I'm speaking out of ignorance. That being said, though, that's still something to think about across the board for the entire locker room. And it's around the NFL. Like, it's not, I know it felt like it hit hard for the Colts yesterday because it did, but, like, look around the league. A lot of teams are going through it right now. Kansas City had a major issue or major outbreak, if you will, the entirety of this pandemic until last week or 2 weeks ago. It's happening, right? And until they modify the protocol, if they do at all, that's the reality you have to live with. And it's tough. And I don't know what they're going to do in the postseason. But right now, be thankful that you're rooting for a team that they're going to get in the postseason right now regardless, barring an astronomical collapse against these two teams and other things break your way in the Raiders and the Jaguars. So anyway, before we take the trip fully around the National Football League, quickly, I do want to get some phone calls in. I don't know. Weird names always scare me, so I'm sure I'll get plenty of weird names now. But Pineapple Nick, welcome to the show. Merry Christmas to you.
Hey, how are you, man?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Hey, real quick before I bring it up.
Nick, your phone's cutting it out, buddy. All right, Nick, I'll tell you what. Call us back if you can hear us. I'll have Eddie put you back through. Appreciate the phone call. Chris. Let's go to Chris on line 4.
After Jay Cook, how you doing, man?
I'm good. How you doing, Chris?
Good. It's your fellow grimy Southsider.
Hey, there it is.
Hey, I just wanted to tell you guys you do a great job on Sundays. I listen to you every Sunday, and I listen to you and Double D through the week. And I don't know what plans they got for you, but I hope they keep you rolling on Sundays, man. It's a great show.
That means a lot, Chris. I really appreciate that, sir. Thank you for listening. Well, what can I do for you? What do we talk about today?
Hey, so Colts game, you think Double D was sipping out of the bottle last night? Because I definitely was. I had picked him 2.5 plus 2.5 in the middle of the week thinking, I was good. And I am a true Colts fan. I was up and down, took my jersey off, put it back on. And I'm telling you what, that is a win you have to have. No matter what Wentz did, no matter, it's a team win. It's something you have to have. When it's ugly, but you know what? Anybody that says they weren't scared about what was going on with the Colts, with the injuries, everything else, they're lying. Because, I had that pick, and I'm going to defend you for pulling your Colts pick, because if I didn't already have it in there, I would have already pulled mine, and I'm a diehard Colts fan. But your picks are fire, Jay Cook. Keep it rolling, and I hope you guys have a happy New Year.
I really appreciate that. Right back at you, Chris. You call back anytime, sir. Thank you. That's a great call. And I'm not just saying that because he buttered me up firsthand. That helped, but that was good energy. It's a great call. That's what we want to have here on the program. A couple things there. I have not talked to Dan, so I'm not sure. I know he was I think strongly backing the Colts. I didn't ask him what his wagers were, But yeah, I'm assuming, because I couldn't cash out my bet, by the way. Like, I didn't place a large amount, but I couldn't cash. The only way to cash out the Colts bet was at a loss. All I did was tell the public, because we had 4 hours to go before kick, hey, don't bet this, because I'm not backing it anymore. So I was still in the boat. Like, I had the wager. I didn't want more people, in case they're seeing that tweet for the first time, to be like, oh, yeah, he took the Colts. I'm backing that. So I appreciate that regard. I don't know. But, yeah, I'm sure Dan does. No silver alerts to this point. If you listen to the Dan Dawkins show, that cut does something for you, or you've heard that promo around. But no silver alerts for Double D. I haven't heard from him. I don't know. The other part of that, in terms of the bet, I appreciate you backing me on that. And it was just a tough situation, but I stand by what I did. And hopefully, if you didn't follow me and you still backed the Colts, you made some good money. Minus 5.5 money. Wow. It's wild from Brad, who called in earlier, who, by the way, Eddie said off air, recalled in and clarified he did not know that Jared Goff is out today. So if you tweeted at me talking about degenerates calling in here, they didn't know about the who is it today?
Tim Boyle.
Tim Boyle, baby. Yes. Back in the saddle. Woo! Love it. Pineapple Nick, let's try it again. How are you?
Hey, my bad, Jimmy. You got me now?
I got you, loud and clear. What's going on?
All right, where'd you lose me at?
Just start from the top.
Oh, well,
start from the top.
I was shouting out Mark Dykter real quick. Did you see that viral video a few months ago about the college kid was locked outside his mom's house? On the Ring doorbell, he was yelling about, I'm going to get inside, I'm going to put the air on 62. Did you see that one?
I did not, no.
Oh, Mark Dykton sent me that audio of just, I'm going to come inside and put the air on 62 because I am always cold in my house with the temperature. My girlfriend sets it on, and just this past weekend, I got her phone. I changed every single notification sound to that audio where when she gets it, her phone goes, oh, put the air on 62. So she can't figure it out. It cracks me up. I wanted to apologize to Carson Wentz, man. Yesterday in that third quarter, I gave up on him, and I was like, I tweeted at Mark Dykton. I told him, I said, we will trade you straight up for Nick Foles. I was wrong. If he is listening, I'm so sorry. I was wrong. My girlfriend thinks you are a very attractive man, so hit us up. But good game.
So you would pass all that along to Mark like this?
No, pass to Carson Wentz.
Oh, to okay, I was very confused. All right, okay, sure. I think he's very well, but all right, yeah, go ahead.
As well as the offensive line, good game, guys. My girlfriend calls you the offensive thighs because that's her thing. She loves big thighs. So good game, guys. Jimmy, tell people to let you talk more, man. You got good input.
I appreciate you, Pineapple Nick. Merry Christmas to you, sir. Merry Christmas, happy holidays. Thank you for calling in. Wow. All right. So much there.
You asked for the energy. He brought the energy.
He did. He brought the energy. I'm not sure it was the one I needed, but it was the one we deserved, I guess, to go Batman with it. I don't know. Let's take a break. Jesus. Someone relay that message to Mark Dykton. I think he's on Twitter at Mark Dykton. Wow. Okay. We'll be back in a moment where me and Eddie will give out our best bets for the day. We might listen to some audio. I guarantee I'll at least have one sound clip or two to play for you. Sure you can guess what matchup that's coming from. All that and more up next on the Way Too Early pregame show. 93.5, 107.5 The Fan.
When was the last time you practiced your home fire escape plan? Be sure everyone in your family knows what to do if there's a fire. Get out, stay out. It's your fire safe response.
It takes everyone in the community working together to create a brighter future. Give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Visit liveunited.org to learn how you can help.
Hey, JMV is making his list, checking it twice, giving away up to $7 million in gifts over 7 days. On FanDuel, that's right, it's Santa Barkley. He's back, and Charles Barkley is giving away more than ever this holiday season through FanDuel Sportsbook. So new and existing users, open the FanDuel Sportsbook app every day between December the 21st and December 27th for a new gift from St. Chuck. We're talking same-game parlays, pick a team you think will win over Christmas Day. I mean, anything between the 21st and the 27th, and you could win. FanDuel Sportsbook. Use that promo code JMV. Your first bet is risk-free up to $1,000. Make it every moment this holiday season with FanDuel Sportsbook promo code JMV. 21 plus and present in Indiana. Void where prohibited. Restrictions and wager requirements apply. See terms at FanDuel.com. Gambling problem, call 1-800-9-WITH-IT.
I'm Rick Michaelis with the Michaelis Corporation, wishing you a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. For over 3 decades, the Michaelis team has helped Central Indiana families and businesses facing fire, water, or storm damage. And because emergencies don't take days off, neither do we. If the unexpected happens this holiday season, we're here for you with our 24/7 rapid disaster response service. Because life happens, water, storms, fire, and foundations, make it Michaelis. That's 844-FIX-INDY.
Hey, it's Big Joe for Absolute Comfort, your trusted independent American Standard air dealer. The owner is Chris Wenikin, and he sells the ductless Mitsubishi electric mini split, which is an extremely efficient and cost-effective way to heat and cool your space.
If you're looking to lower your carbon footprint and you're looking to try to get something that's more energy efficient that works well with solar panels or something like that, these are the perfect solution.
Find out more at AbsoluteComfort.org. Absolute Comfort is your trusted independent American Standard Air Mitsubishi Electric Elite Ductless Pro dealer.
This holiday at Metro by T-Mobile, the big 5G upgrade just got better because now Metro has the largest selection of free 5G phones in prepaid, like the Samsung Galaxy 5G. And Metro gives you 1 line of unlimited 5G data for just $25 a month with 5G included at no extra cost. So you'll be able to stream, snap, upload, and share the holiday cheer all season. Ring in the holidays with the big 5G upgrade from Metro. Get unlimited 5G and a brand new 5G phone when you switch and trade in. More choices on free 5G phones, more savings, and more 5G coverage at no extra cost. All with the power of the T-Mobile 5G network. That's how you get more for the holidays. Only at Metro. After 24 months, $25 price may increase. Limited time in store only. No tethering. Unlimited on network only. Required port from eligible carrier if congested. Data users greater than 35 gigabytes per month. Notice lower speeds, and Metro customers notice lower speeds versus T-Mobile due to deprioritization. Video at 480p. See store for details.
Hi, I'm Ryan Kelly with thehomeloanexpert.com. The holidays truly are a magical time of the year. That magic comes at a cost. And the unfortunate truth is so much of it ends up on your credit cards. What if I told you that I had the perfect solution? There's never been a better time for a cash-out refinance. Lower your monthly payment and get the money you need to pay off those credit cards once and for all. Apply online at thehomeloanexpert.com.
The Home Loan Expert LLC, NMLS number 1326241.
This ad for Hellsberg Diamonds has been specifically written for those who'd rather think about football than engagement rings. When free agency starts, your team wants to get the best players they can without spending too much. If your team is you and the players are engagement rings, then your best bet in free agency is shopping at Hellsberg Diamonds, where you know you'll get the highest quality diamonds at prices that keep you from going over the salary cap. Visit your local Hellsberg store and ask about our price match guarantee, or check us out at hellsberg.com.
In the early hours after the tsunami, it was ham radio that was on the air, saving lives. When Florida was ripped by hurricanes, the hams were there. In the critical moments after the attack of 9/11, it was the hams who coordinated emergency messages. When disasters strike, the hams are ready. Ham radio works when other communications don't. To learn how you can become a ham radio operator, call the ARRL, the National Association for Amateur Radio, at 1-800-326-3942.
I'm a veteran. We hit a mine in Vietnam.
As America's veterans face challenges, DAV is there.
My victory's been never giving up hope.
DAV helps veterans of every generation get the benefits they've earned.
I finally admitted, with my PTSD, I wasn't doing well.
So veterans can reach victories, great and small.
Now I wish I'd found DAV sooner. My victory is just enjoying each day.
Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Hey, it's JMV for Big Red Liquors with the big giveaway for the month of December. How about 5 winter snow blowers? For the month of December, Big Red Liquors is giving away 5 snow blowers. You can stop in any of the Big Red Liquors 59 convenient locations and sign up for the big monthly giveaway. Be prepared this winter and win a snow blower courtesy of Big Red Liquors. Sign up for free at any of the Big Red Liquors locations. You got to be 21. Don't forget to stock up on your favorite beverage. For more info, that's bigredliquors.com today.
Text and whatever. Just don't text and drive. Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
It's never too early for football.
Yeah, it's too early.
It's the Way Too Early pregame show on 93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
Welcome back for the final time on the Way Too Early pregame show. Thank you so much for your phone calls. Thank you for tuning in. Remember, the rest of the season, at least till the playoffs, assuming we get picked up. We don't know if we will or not, but assuming we do, 6 to 8 a.m. for these final weeks of the regular season. We'll have it for you next week, and then on the 9th as well to close things out. Please join us 6 to 8 a.m. right here on The Fan. Now let's take a look around the National Football League. First, Ravens at Bengals. Bengals favored by 7. Joe Burrow saying that he is not getting overamped for this game.
You know, the best teams and players treat every week the same. You know, you can't go through this roller coaster of preparation and emotions through the entire season. You got to stay even keeled if you want a chance to be successful. It's a long season, and you'll get exhausted if you're not the same way every week.
Lay the 7. Lay the 7. Eddie?
I'd agree there. I mean, Tyler Johnson is the quarterback. He's third different team this year already. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much... Yeah, I mean, what do you... how more in-depth do you really need to go on that? Looking at third-string options for quarterback for a guy that used to play for the Jets.
I do have a pick from this game, though. I will take Joe Burrow over 254.5 passing yards.
By the way, it's Josh. I thought you were wrong. You mixed Hundley and...
Yes.
Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm taking Burrow over 254.5 passing yards.
I like that. I like that as well. So that's a bet from Eddie today. Rams at Vikings. Rams favored by 3.5. You got to scoop LA here, right? You're going to lay LA, I should say. You got to lay 3.5 here, yeah? Yeah.
I've got it flat at 3 now on DraftKings, so.
Could use a big day from Alexander Madison, though. That would be nice for me. Have him in my fantasy team in replacement of Dalvin Cook.
As do I.
Could use a big day from him. That would be very, very nice.
Yesterday was very kind to me for Christmas. One thing, I'm going up against Nick Chubb, A.J. Brown, and Devontae Adams. I'm down 93 already.
It's tough, man. It's a tough way to live.
And I'm without Travis Kelce. So
I'm sorry.
Thanks for that.
I am. No gray in your life, I guess. Bills at Patriots. You'll be able to hear it right here on this very network. Pats favored by 1.5. It's going to be our beer bet. Me and Eddie have a long-standing beer bet. We are tied. Winner at the end of the year gets probably a 6-pack or something from the other one. We haven't decided that part yet, but something from the other. I'm going to go Pats. You're going Bills, yeah?
Yes, sir.
What just paints that up for you? What makes you want to ride Bills Mafia?
I think New England is very beatable in the secondary. I think they are beatable there. I think they're beatable in the run game. And, Buffalo's going to come out with a little bit of an extra edge after following the way they did to New England a couple of weeks ago in that disastrous game in the weather conditions that they probably felt like they should have won, but I just like the Bills to win today.
I respect that. Like it a lot. Buccaneers at Panthers. Bucks favored by 10. I'm going to stay away from that in general, but I'd lay the 10 if you force me to. Eddie?
I'm probably not touching that one just because I don't know what I'm going to get from Tom Brady without all of his weapons. They're very intriguing, though, to take Ronald Jones over 69.5 rushing yards. Very, very enticing because he's rushed over 100 in the other game. He had 85 last year without Leonard Fournette.
That's a good point. Steelers at Chiefs. Chiefs favored by 10. Let's go to Patrick Mahomes mentioning that Hill and Kelsey don't need to practice for them to be okay.
those guys have gotten a lot of reps with me and just within this offense in this league. Obviously, it's a really complex defense that we're facing, but they've played it a couple times even before I was here. So for me, as long as they're healthy, they're safe, and they've passed the protocols and they're back, we'll throw them right back in the offense, and they'll be able to take on the roles that they've always had.
No Kelsey today. That was confirmed by Ian Rappaport and others around the media, but he's right on that. Hill, you're not worried about practice reps being gone. He's a veteran. He's proven not an issue. Tyreek Hill, anytime touchdown score, -135 right now. I'd take that. Also, Steelers' run defense, not great. I would take Clyde Edwards-Helaire to get in the end zone as well. That at +135.
That's the obvious one. You don't sleep on Darrell Williams.
Good point. Yeah, because they do. I don't want to say they're full committee, but they do use both. So it's a very good point as well. If you're looking for value there, I would lay. I changed my mind. I'm going to lay the 10. I think they take care of business today. I'm probably going to be wrong, but I would lay the 10.
I'm not touching it. I will take the Chiefs in the first half -6 though, because of how bad the Steelers are in the first half.
Yeah, there's a clip we didn't get to play today of Ben Roethlisberger saying he doesn't want the offense to feel like they have to keep up with KC. I wonder why, because Big Ben can't keep up with an offense like that anymore. Been a fun show this week. It's our last.
I have one more prop to get in real quick.
Go ahead, sorry.
I do like Russell Wilson under 239.5 passing yards.
It's another under there. That one, Russell Wilson. All right, Eddie will have those bets for you. Follow him on Twitter at Eddie Garrison _. You can follow me on Twitter at the Jay Cook. I'll have some plays of the day for you as well. Remember, next week it's 6 to 8 a.m. 6 to 8 a.m. for the Way Too Early pregame show the rest of the way. Join us then. Thank you so much for listening. Bills Patriots up next. I'm Jimmy Cook signing off for the Way Too Early pregame show on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
Your one blood donation can help save the lives of up to 3 people. Give blood through the American Red Cross to help hospital patients. Visit redcrossblood.org today.
Planning to get engaged this year? Come to Shane Company, where shopping for an engagement ring is like nowhere else. Our jewelry consultants don't work on commission. They'll take the time to listen and give you personal attention. They'll help you maximize your budget and show you all the possibilities for the ring. Because we have more rings than anyone else, it'll be easy to